bounds, me bounds, T bounds. If it's coming off the backboard, that's mine. That's mine. Angel Reese is back in the building. Now, this can go one or two ways. One or three ways, really. Number one, there's a lot of bloopies, and we get some content. Not mad at
Angel
that.
Reese is back in the Unrivaled league, and it looks like the league changed its own rules to make it happen. They made a 3-team trade in the middle of the season, moving players around like chess pieces, just to bring back a player who didn't even finish the first season. So let's talk about what this really means, because the official explanation and what's actually going on seem like two completely different stories.
WNBA are the same two people that are just moving around pieces on their chessboard because they want to. They're playing checkers with y'all because you guys are just pieces on a board. A bunch of pawns on the board, dare I say. But it could only go one of three ways. We get bloopies, ratings go up, ratings stay the same. If they go down, yikes. If they go down. Let's get right into it. Please like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
That's the base of Angel Reese's whole image. It really started with that national championship game against Caitlin Clark. For the past 2 years, she's been riding that moment, presenting herself as a big reason women's basketball is getting so much attention. And to be fair, that game did bring a lot of eyes to the sport. But here's the question no one is really asking: if she's truly that important, why didn't Unrivaled's ratings drop without her? The numbers show that before she returned, the league was still getting around 130,000 to 150,000 viewers on Friday nights. Those are solid numbers for a new league in February. So the real question is whether her comeback will actually increase viewership, or if this is just the league spending big money to relive a championship moment from the past.
Azurá Stevens, are you okay with just getting traded on a whim? Let me know your thoughts, Azurá, in the comment section. I'm just curious what you guys think. Let's get right into it. WNBA star Angel, my Angel Reese will return to Unrivaled to defend the championship. Oh yeah. What trade allowed Angel Reese to join?
This is the part people keep skipping over in all the big announcements. Angel Reese was named Defensive Player of the Year in Unrivaled's first season. She had that huge 20-point, 20-rebound game against the Lunar Owls. But when it was time for the championship, the moment that mattered most, she wasn't there. She was watching and FaceTiming her teammates instead of being on the court. And this isn't the first time something like that has happened. She also didn't finish her sophomore WNBA season with the Chicago Sky. There seems to be a pattern of starting strong, getting headlines, and then stepping away when things get tough. So when Unrivaled makes a 3-team trade, sending Courtney Williams to Vinyl and Azurá Stevens to Hive, just to make room for Angel on Rose, it makes you wonder what the league is really investing in and what they expect to get in return.
The NBA star Angel Reese is returning to Unrivaled. I want to say, what charge was James Pierce Jr. arrested? James Pierce, you're a piece of shit. I talked about this on my football channel. You're a piece of shit. WNBA star Angel Reese is returning to Unrivaled. On Wednesday, the Miami-based 3-on-3 league announced Reese would be coming back for her second season, after initially opting not to play. She is rejoining Rose BC, the team she helped win Unrivaled's inaugural title. Well, that's not true. We're one paragraph in, and we're already telling lies. Angel Reese didn't play in the final game.
Now this is where things really get interesting. The trade happened a full month into the season. Teams had already built chemistry, found their rhythm, and settled into rotations, and then suddenly everything gets shaken up. The details of the trade don't even fully add up. Rose didn't clearly get a player back for Azurá Stevens. It's not very clear what Vinyl gave up for Courtney Williams either. The reports are vague, and that's probably because this wasn't really about basketball strategy. It was about one goal: getting Angel Reese back and hoping she brings more viewers with her. Then you have Kalia Copper calling her out on TikTok, saying, "Bring your ass to Miami. I got this Rose jersey for you." That's not typical recruiting. That feels more like public pressure, almost desperation dressed up as jokes. And Angel's response, "How's that?" comes off like she's doing the league a favor by joining halfway through the season, after they've already reshaped things to fit her timeline. It makes you question who really has the leverage here, and why.
Rose plays Hive at 8:45 Eastern on TNT and Chew TV. The game can also be streamed on Max. Angel Reese comes back against Money Mitch. Put him in a ditch. Wow. This shakes things up. I can't wait to watch the highlights, the boobies on Twitter.
February 20th is the big return date, right after the one-on-one tournament ends. It's Rose vs. Hive at 8:45 p.m. Eastern on TNT, streaming on Max. They're giving Angel the full spotlight, primetime slot, major promotion, the biggest stage possible. And her first game back? It's against Nafisa Collier's Hive, the same team that just got Azura Stevens in the trade that cleared space for Angel. Think about that. Azura helped Rose win the championship, and now she's moved to make room for the player who wasn't there for the finals. You can only imagine how that conversation might have felt. From a pure business point of view, it looks like the league chose star power and social media reach over loyalty and continuity. That's the side of women's basketball people don't always want to discuss, where marketing value can matter just as much as what happens on the court.
Speaking of the ratings, you guys didn't think I was going to leave you empty-handed without the ratings from this past weekend, did you? That's nothing better than that. Friday, February 6th, Unrivaled Lunar Owls versus the Aces, 130,000 total viewers, 50,000 in the 18 to 49 demographic. And then Unrivaled, you have the Hive versus the Breeze, 40,000 in the 18 to 49 viewers, 150,000 total. And then you fast forward to Saturday, Unrivaled Phantom versus Mist on True TV, 70,000 viewers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support.
Here's the tough question people are starting to whisper about. Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart are helping lead the WNBA CBA negotiations. They're also co-founders of Unrivaled. So when a mid-season trade happens that seems to prioritize business and ratings over team chemistry, it raises eyebrows. From the outside, it can look like a small group holds a lot of power, owning a league, influencing roster moves, and at the same time representing players in major labor negotiations. When Angel Reese comes back and a three-team trade suddenly clears the way, some players might wonder how decisions are really being made. Is it basketball strategy? Is it business? Is it branding? That doesn't automatically mean there's wrongdoing, but it does create complicated optics. Other players are watching closely. They see how quickly things can shift, who has decision-making power, and how business interests can shape outcomes. And when the same leaders are negotiating with WNBA owners on behalf of all players, it's fair for people to ask how those roles stay separate and transparent. Even the appearance of a conflict of interest can spark debate, especially in a moment when trust and unity matter most.
We get bloopies. Ratings go up. Ratings stay the same. If they go down, yikes. If they go down. Let's get right into it. Please like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You guys remember this, don't you?
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball.
Right.
People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game.
That's right.
And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role. And
There are three main ways Angel's return could play out. First, she could come back and immediately create buzz, drama, viral clips, big moments, and even if the basketball isn't elite, the storylines keep people talking. Second, ratings could genuinely spike as curious fans tune in, pushing viewership from around 150,000 closer to 250,000 or 300,000, which would justify the mid-season trade and all the disruption. Third, and most quietly possible, nothing changes. She returns, plays well, grabs rebounds, but the ratings stay steady, suggesting that the people who care about her were already watching and that her absence was never the real issue. The numbers so far show stability without her, around 130,000 to 150,000 viewers, meaning the league didn't collapse in her absence. That raises a bigger question: is Unrivaled selling high-level 3-on-3 basketball, or is it selling personalities and social media buzz? Because those are two very different products, and Angel's real value may be more about attention and conversation than about changing the long-term trajectory of the league. Angel brings moments that get clipped, shared, and debated online. Take that 20-point, 20-rebound game last season, an impressive stat line, no question. But was it great team basketball, or just one player piling up rebounds while the team already had control? There's a difference. What often gets left out is that even though she won Defensive Player of the Year, Rose still won the championship without her there. They didn't fall apart. They didn't struggle to replace her. Kahleah Copper helped lead that team to a title without Angel on the bench. So what is Rose really getting back now besides name recognition? Look at the trade. Courtney Williams, an experienced point guard, goes to Vinyl. Azura Stevens, a reliable forward who showed up for the finals, goes to Hive. And Rose gets Angel, rebounds, intensity, and a massive social media presence. That feels less like a basketball move and more like a marketing decision. Stevens has been a steady professional in the WNBA since 2018, doing her job without drama, and her reward for helping win a title is getting moved to make room for someone who didn't finish the season. That sends a message that clicks and attention may matter more than loyalty or consistency. And then there's the bigger narrative. Angel's brand has long been tied to her rivalry with Caitlin Clark. That championship moment, the gestures, the villain storyline, it built attention. But since then, Clark has stacked major on-court achievements and helped drive record-breaking interest for her team. Meanwhile, Angel's return to Unrivaled is being framed as a huge comeback moment. The real question is whether fans were truly waiting for it, or if the league is trying to spark engagement by bringing back a recognizable name. She initially chose not to play this season, so what changed? Did she miss the competition, decide her brand needed it, or receive an offer that made the decision easier? Those are the questions sitting quietly behind all the hype. It's hard not to question the timing. The official story says Angel simply chose to rejoin her old team, but that explanation feels incomplete when she didn't finish the season the first time. Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart are smart business leaders. They didn't create Unrivaled just for fun, they built it to succeed financially and showcase top-level women's basketball. So if they approved a complicated 3-team trade to bring Angel back, they clearly believe she adds business value. The real question is whether that belief is backed by solid numbers or just hope that her presence will spark a ratings boost. If her return doesn't meaningfully increase viewership, the league faces a crossroads. Do they lean further into personality-driven moves, chasing viral moments and big names? Or do they shift back to rewarding consistency, loyalty, and on-court impact? Right now, the move sends a signal that attention and marketability carry serious weight. That matters not just for Unrivaled, but for women's basketball overall. The WNBA has fought for decades to be respected as a serious professional league built on elite competition. When a player-led league appears to prioritize buzz over basketball, it creates tension, especially during important CBA negotiations where players argue their value is rooted in competitive excellence. When Angel steps on the court February 20th against Nafisa Collier's Hive, the spotlight will be intense. Maybe she dominates. Maybe she looks rusty. But the biggest test won't just be her performance, it'll be the ratings. If viewership jumps and stays up, the gamble pays off. If there's only a short curiosity spike before numbers return to normal, it suggests the hype didn't translate into lasting growth. 3-on-3 basketball in February is still a niche product, no matter who's playing. So the bigger issue is whether the trade was worth disrupting team chemistry and moving reliable contributors like Azra Stevens. Was the long-term health of the league strengthened, or did it signal that star power outweighs stability? However it plays out, this decision reveals what the league currently values, and that's what fans and players alike will be watching most closely.